All right, we made it to the Narrows.
Where are we going next? Let's go.
All right, good morning. So we are headed to Zion National Park today. Now, normally you want to leave very early out of Las Vegas. It's about 2.5 hours away. Plus they're an hour ahead of us. So you kind of lose an hour in transit. And the park does fill up quickly. The parking at the park fills up by 9 a.m. their time. So we probably should have left about 6 a.m. So it is roughly 8 a.m. right now, Vegas time, and we are about to hit the road. So we are heading out way later than what I planned. I planned to leave at 6. I planned to get going. We were exhausted, so we didn't get up as early. So we'll see how this goes. It's a pretty straight shot, straight up 15 into Springdale, Utah. And then there are plenty of shuttle buses that will take you into the park. Our plan is to hike the Narrows today, not the whole thing, but for the Temple of Sinawa, I'll put the name down below. The Temple of Sinawa or something like that. That's the stop we're gonna get off and at least hike a portion of that and see how that goes. But I envision, it's Memorial Day weekend, I envision that it's gonna be really busy. It's a Friday. I'm hoping that the crowds don't come in until tomorrow. So hopefully it's not crazy when we get there. But I'll take you along with us today and show you everything. But we're ready to hit the road and make it a great day exploring Zion National Park. All right, we made it to Springdale. Took a little longer than we thought. We had some traffic with construction and things on the way. So we hit quite a bit of traffic. It's like 1 o'clock here now. So we're gonna go get as much done inside the park as we can. We still have to get inside the park. We found a lot off the side road. Huge tip, because all of the street parking and main lots along the main strip in Springdale are completely full. This was just down a little side road and ended up being really plenty of spaces available. Still $20 for the day, but at least we found parking that's nearby. We're not all the way at the end of town. So we're gonna go figure out how to pay for this parking and then head into the park. All right, so this is the drop box for this. You have to go in this awkward little blue box to pick up the envelope, and then you put the stub in your car and you fill out this little thing with your license plate, make, model, all that. You put your cash inside the envelope and then you put it in the drop box. It's a little confusing, can't use credit card here, so just pay attention, make sure you bring cash with you to do this parking down the side here. All right, so we are in Springdale. We found parking, great. Now we're walking along the main street. Behind me was a shuttle stop, but there's a ton of people waiting for the shuttle. And the walk isn't that far. We're not that far from the park entrance, so we might as well just walk it. If you have to wait for the shuttle, it could be full, number one. Number two, you don't know how long you're gonna have to wait. And then if you're not that far from the entrance, it just makes sense to walk. So we're walking in and we'll stop at the visitor center, find out what we need to know as far as the shuttle times, where we are gonna wanna get off for the different hikes, and like what time the last shuttles are so we don't get stranded in the park overnight. But the town of Springdale is really cute. Lots of little shops and restaurants. So great way to end your day in Zion is to come here and, have dinner in town. We're probably gonna do something like that on our way out. But it is busy. Like I said, this is Memorial Day weekend, so it happens to be an even busier time. We usually don't like to travel during this time, but here we are. So we are gonna experience the holiday rush with the rest of y'all. Enjoy the sights of Zion today. Let me tell you, it's gorgeous already. We're not even in the park.
Today our first stop is number 4, the Court of the Patriarchs.
All right, we're riding the shuttle bus to Temple of Sinagawa to hike the Narrows. And I don't know how well you can hear me because we're on the bus. I don't have my mic on. But it's very crowded. We got the last 2 seats, but it was very simple. So if you're coming to Zion National Park, get the shuttle bus, take it to the furthest part, which is the Temple of Sinagawa, because then you can work your way back and you're not getting stranded at the far end of the park. To the Narrows. We're going to hike up a little bit. This is the point where you get in the water, so sticks are helpful because the rocks are slippery. They do allow you to rent some boots, but we're going with good old tennis shoes and see how that works. Probably get very wet, but I hear the water's a little cooler today. It's hot as blazes here, so we're ready to take on this adventure of hiking the Narrows. Alright, so I found a good little resting spot here along the Narrows. Found a nice little rock. Lost the husband a ways back. It does get pretty treacherous in there. You really got to be careful with the rocks, but wow, what a spectacular view. I highly recommend this hike. Like, it's just one of those really unique things that you can do here in the national parks that you can't really get this experience almost anywhere else on earth. And you're supporting a great organization of our national parks. The natural beauty here is amazing. It leaves you breathless. So I highly recommend you come early, hike the Narrows, and then work your way back. We're going to stop at some other trails along the way, and I'll take you with. But just look at this view.
Including my phone, my microphone, everything got wet. I was crossing in about waist-deep water, ended up just tripping over a rock that I did not see, and boom, went down, splashed into everything. But oh my god, what a hike, it's beautiful. I think I'm going to turn around here since I've abandoned my darling husband and go find him so we can go explore the rest of this absolutely beautiful park.
So I wanted to close out the night. We got back about 9:15 from Zion Park today. The ride back was actually really easy, very smooth, no traffic. It went really great. What a park though. It is so beautiful, so amazing. Definitely if you are here in Vegas and you've been a few times and you've seen everything on the strip and you're looking for something different to do, Zion National Park is not very far away. Like I said, it was about 2.5 to 3 hours away from where we're staying, and we're kind of on the south end of Las Vegas. So if we were staying closer on the north end, it would actually be a little less than that because we wouldn't have to pass by the entire city of Las Vegas on the way up there. But it's a straight shot up I-15, and then you just get off on the one. It's very well marked, let's put it that way. And it's very easy to find. Just follow the signs and you'll be there. Really great, friendly community up there as well. Everybody coming there is just really there to love the nature and the beauty of the national parks. So highly recommend it. We are beat. We are so tired. Just from being in the fresh air and hiking, like you don't realize, especially when you're in the Narrows, how much work that is, because you're maintaining your balance and you're navigating these slippery rocks and everything, but you're also just gazing up at all the beauty. So I would say if you get the opportunity to go to Zion National Park when you're here in Las Vegas, take the trip. Just do it. Take a day. You definitely need a day away from the strip anyway. Take that day, drive out there. You'll love it. You will not regret it. I will put all of the links below about the park, as well as just kind of break down the costs of what we spent today as well. So you can kind of see what a trip out there might cost you. And I'll put some pointers and stuff in the notes as well. But yeah, definitely take the trip. We're gonna wrap up our day here, have some dinner, and hit the sack. Tomorrow is our last day in Vegas, last full day. So we're actually gonna spend our day around here. I told you earlier about the mishap we had yesterday with the rock hitting the windshield. And tomorrow morning we are going to go to the car rental agency just to kind of get a jump on things, because on Sunday morning when we leave, we really don't have a lot of time to mess around. We have like an 8:30 a.m. flight and the car rental place opens at 6. So we just don't have a lot of time to mess around with that. So we're gonna go tomorrow, get that nonsense out of the way. So when we leave on Sunday morning, it's very straightforward. I've already filed a claim with my credit card company. So I'm gonna make a whole separate video on that process, because this is my first time dealing with any kind of damage to a rental car ever in my life. So knock on wood, I've been lucky so far, but I'll just kind of walk you through my experience, especially with Ace Rental Car and just in general with how the credit card company works and all of that filing. But I'm gonna make a whole nother video on that. So stay tuned for that coming up. But I will see you guys all tomorrow. I'm gonna have some dinner and hit the sack so we can have a fun last day tomorrow in Vegas.
Where are we going next? Let's go.